Yeah.
Okay, now that we're officially recording, welcome everybody to our 11th Ward Community Meeting regarding a zoning change for several addresses located on Canal Street. Well, actually, these are 437 West 28th Place, 439 West 28th Place, 436 West 29th Street, 438 West 29th Street. It is the lot or the property that is located on that would be the northeast corner of 29th and Canal from 29th to 28th. There's been a requested zoning change that you all, I think some of you may have received a notification for, others may have seen this posted on our newsletter. It's currently zoned M1-2. What's being requested is RT-4. And I think I've gotten introductions from mostly everybody on the call already, but just so that we're all official on the recording here, if you wouldn't mind just identifying yourself, saying who you are and where, if you're just a neighbor in the area, or if you live within the 250-foot radius of the property. So why don't we go, we'll start with Rosemary.
Sure. This is Rosemary and Ron. We're neighbors of the property on Canal Street.
Great, thank you. And then Sam.
Hi, Sam Marasso here. I am the son of Rosemary and Ron, who are directly near the property.
Thank you. Cheryl, would you mind introducing yourself? Cheryl, we can't hear you if you're trying to speak. Oh, she's connecting to the audio. Okay, we'll move on to Eric. Eric, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm a resident. I live on 33rd and Union.
Great. Thanks for joining us. Cheryl, do you want to try to introduce yourself again? You can unmute yourself. Don't worry about it. I'm going to assume you're a neighbor or somebody that's interested. You're here. Thank you for giving us some of your time. I'll just reiterate to everybody, we have a hard stop at 6:30 this evening. I forgot to introduce Kathy. Kathy Disney is on my team. She handles the zoning matters for the ward. We have also with us Daniel Kong, who's the developer, and his attorney, Mark Kupiak. So again, the purpose of this call really is to have the developer Daniel and his attorney tell us what they're planning or what they're trying to do on this property, allow residents to ask questions and provide any feedback about concerns that they have with what's being proposed. I won't make a decision one way or another on any sort of zoning change until and unless we have we've got all the questions answered. Cheryl, you need the information for the dial-in because the password is not working. Kathy, can you take care of that, please?
Yep.
Okay, great. We'll take care of that. Sorry about that, Cheryl. Why don't we go ahead and allow Mark to start the conversation here, and I'll pull up the information that Daniel just sent.
Good. Alderman, thank you very much. My name is Mark Kupiak. I'm an attorney with offices at 77 West Washington, and I represent Daniel, and I have with me today Daniel Kong on behalf of the applicant developer. And we're here to talk about this project. And Alderman, I apologize for that, for the address. The property now is undeveloped, so the address was a little problematical. I know Kathy was quizzing us on that. If it helps the people any, just as you said, it's that block that runs from West 28th Place on the north to 29th Street at the south. And we picked up one old document that described it as 2833-37 South Canal. But basically it's that block between 28th and 29th, only on the east side of Canal. Kathy asked for addresses, and we did give you the 4 addresses. And I'll just a little bit of history. Daniel as the applicant was interested in doing a residential project. The property now is currently zoned manufacturing. Daniel has no interest in doing a project in the manufacturing district because the zoning is very restrictive as far as what you can build or develop. If you were looking to do a factory or auto repair or more intense type use, I mean, that's fine with the manufacturing, but we can't do residential in an M zone. So in order to do the residential project, we'd have to rezone it out of the M zone to a residential district. Daniel's been thinking and talking about this project actually for some time. The evolution was originally he was thinking about townhomes, although he was thinking about 8 townhomes. After some discussion within the community, that changed, and he's actually reduced it now to the current project, which are four proposed single-family homes. So the addresses we gave you would be, and not official addresses yet until you actually apply for a permit, but the architect expected we would have those 4 addresses. The idea being that 2 of the homes would front on West 28th Place and have addresses on 28th Place. And the other 2 single-family homes would front on 29th Street and bear addresses on 29th Street. So the project we're proposing today is to rezone this from manufacturing to residential and then build 4 single-family homes on the subject property, 2 facing north and 2 facing south. So that's kind of my overview. And with that, I'd turn it over to Daniel for his comments about the houses themselves. Daniel, you there?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hey, Daniel, what you sent me, what didn't have any slides on it, it was just the PDF of the notification.
Actually, if you, Alderman Woman, if you click the one called Dropbox link, you have all the rendering. floor
Okay,
plan,
sorry.
and the site plan, yes. So I try to resend you again.
Nope, I see it now. Sorry, I was just looking at the
No problem.
attachment. My bad. What would you
No
like me to share?
Probably share about the site plan or zoning map. Yeah,
Okay, so.
whatever
Let me do
whenever
the
you're
site
ready.
plan first. I'm gonna need to reduce this and kind of turn it around. This is a little bit hard to see. Well, we're gonna give this a try, guys. Hold on. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? It's a site plan. Is that the right one, Daniel?
Yep, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
As you can see, it's starting from West 28th Place all the way to 29th Street, along with the Canal Street. So with the overview, you see 4 single-family house. Yep, perfect. So maybe Alderman Woman, you can show the rendering so kinds of better. Oh yeah. If you know how to fake it 90 degree.
Now I mean, like, seriously. This was not part of the job description in my appointment meeting.
Well, probably Control-Shift minus.
Control-Shift minus. Well, that just shrunk it.
All together, yeah. But
No, it's not rotating.
okay, that would be fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe just scroll down and you can see some rendering. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a 3-story single-family house. On the first floor, you have a garage and then typical living room, and then the upper room will be the bedroom and also the bedroom on the first floor. But I will show you the floor plan later.
Okay, so do you want me to go to the next?
Yep. So next, yeah. Probably colorful rendering would be better.
Yeah. This is the same.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 7.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah. You see on the second floor you have a deck. Yeah.
So this is back here is where the rail tracks are.
Exactly. Where the railroad. Yeah. So three-story single-family house without any basement. And then the total square footage, we're talking about approximately 3,000 square feet, 2-car garage. Yep, so you see 4 single-family houses. So maybe Alderman Woman, can you turn to floor plan? Maybe you'll see that. Oh yeah, okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to the first floor.
First floor, okay.
And then
And
I'll-
you can see on the top, you see a garage, and then a living room, and then kitchen, and then a powder room, which is half bath room.
Formal dining room, family room,
Yeah.
and then second floor.
Yep. Second floor, we call it recreation room, and then a master bedroom. You have master bath too. And then you can walk out to the covered deck, as you can see in the rendering.
And then the third floor.
Yep, the first floor. You see the bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3, and then bedroom number 4. Yeah. So, and then 1 full bath here in the middle of it.
Does anybody have any questions? If you do, just go ahead and raise your hand. I'm gonna see if I can't identify people. I'm happy to continue sharing my screen like this. Otherwise, I can take the screen share off, but I think other people might have questions. Sam, go ahead.
Hi, are these proposed homes, is there going to be a homeowners association with them, or are they just going to be separate individual properties?
Probably going to be individual property, because they don't have common elements, you know.
Okay,
So the whole lot talking about 10,000 square feet, and then each individual lot with single family house approximately something like 2,500 square feet. So pretty much they own their individual lot. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
The Marassos have a question. I don't know if there's some sort of button I'm
Nope,
supposed to.
you can go right ahead, Rosemary, go ahead.
So you're gonna send us a copy of all of this?
Yeah,
So we,
yeah, so you can see it a little bit better. I'm happy to share it. Daniel, that's okay for us to share that?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
because is there gonna be, is there gonna be a space between the 2 houses fronting 29th and 2 houses fronting 28? There's gonna be an opening, correct?
Yeah, a tiny opening. Yes, that's correct.
Well, who's gonna be responsible for the snow removal and that, in that area?
Yeah, so within individual owner boundary, they're going to responsible for that. If Alderman Woman can show it with the site plan, if we can clearly see it, you know, yeah. Oh yeah, so can you see it?
I'll make it a little bit bigger. I know this is a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
harder to see, but I can pull, where, do you want me to go up or down here?
Yeah. So maybe it's just zoom out, or zoom more in actually.
Zoom more in,
Yeah.
so,
So it's going to be have some boundary line. If you see 41, can you see that? You know, 41. So that will be the boundary line in the middle of it. Between two houses.
here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can see there's a boundary line. Yes.
So actually I can blow that up so you can see how many feet that is for
Right.
the easement on the side. That looks like 6 feet maybe on this and
Yeah,
then
6 feet
another,
on this, and then yep.
like,
So I have two questions, please,
go ahead.
Rosemary. The first question is just to visually try to picture it. On West 29th Street and also on West 28th Street, there will be, that's where the garage entrances will be?
That's a really good question.
Oh, no, so
Some
what I,
glass,
yeah, go
some
ahead.
glass asset will be through Canal Street. For example, you see some Canal Street. Can you see the van, a little bit van? Yes, on
Right.
Canal
Oh.
Street. Yep.
It's hard. I thank you for explaining that because it's,
And some access to the garage will be through West 28th Place. So if we
Just this one on the end.
exactly, you got it. Very good.
because obviously the loss of those parking spaces for the community where the garages will be will definitely have an impact. I have to point that out. So thank you for explaining that. And then the second question is, there's no alley, of course, behind that property. It's just the land and then
Correct.
embankment. So how will there be city pickup and where will the garbage cans be?
Yeah, that's very good question too. And you can, if Alderman woman can zoom in a little bit more, you see some garbage enclosement.
That this here?
Yeah, exactly. You see that. You see that. There's a garbage enclosement next to the garage. Yep. Very good. Very good. That's where it is.
So there's a little enclosure basically attached to the garage.
Yep, that will be, you
They
can
can roll
store
their
your-
trash out. So I think the assumption here would be that there would be curbside pickup for the trash, but like during normal times, if it's not trash collection day, oh, sorry, there's somebody else that's trying to get in. If it's not trash collection day, then this is where the trash bins would stay.
Yeah.
And does, one final question is there city enforcement of such an approach? Because, you know, you have to be concerned, well, people won't want to just leave the carts on the street. You know, they'll be sure to use those enclosures, I guess, is what the concern would be.
No, so if they're not putting the carts back where they belong, that they would be sitting out and blocking the parkway.
The city would be able to enforce them to.
I actually don't know the answer to that question. My assumption is yes, Rosemary, because if something is blocking the parkway, if it's in the parkway, we should be able to.
At least talk to them.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nicole.
No, you're fine. Nicole's just fine. I'm still just Nicole too. There is, so technically speaking, this right here is an alley, but it's not like a serviced alley at this point. It's just that you all know from living over there what that looks like. So I don't believe that there's any there isn't enough space back there, obviously, to get a vehicle back and forth.
No.
So excuse me, it's Ron. How are we gonna get the copies to show us the dimensions on those 4 townhouses?
Sure, if you wouldn't mind just dropping your email in the chat. Otherwise, Rosemary or Ron, you guys can just call me here at the office and give me your email address and we'll send those to you. But anybody that wants it, they can
Great.
send it. Shoot us your email address and we'll forward this whole thing to you.
Great. That's what we'll do. We'll call the office. We're
Yeah.
lucky we're all.
Yeah, you know where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I got a couple other people that are trying to enter the room right now. They may be here early for the next meeting. Are there any other questions or concerns about what is being proposed for this this vacant lot on Canal between 29th Street and 28th Place?
Just one last question.
Go ahead, Sam.
On my side. With the, with obviously, especially during Sox games and just normal rush hour, there's quite a bit of traffic, obviously with people going back and forth, on Canal Street, at this intersection. Is there any possibility that, this development could impact, decisions by the folks who are in charge of traffic management to want to change, stop signs to traffic lights, or is there any, and I realize that might not be a question that could be, answered, right away, but would that impact any potential, traffic decisions in the area?
You know what, it could potentially, but I agree with you that I think that sort of remains to be seen. That's the sort of thing where, like, if everything goes the way that Daniel would like it to go today, and he's able to build his houses there, we'd have to do a traffic study. And that's what CDOT would order up before they would consider adding any additional traffic calming or traffic controlling mechanisms in that intersection.
Okay.
I know it's a little tricky. I mean, just having lived there, the canal's got that little kink to it.
Yeah.
And then people aren't always paying attention to the stop signs that are over there. So I know it's tricky in general. And adding something there obviously will add more traffic. Now, single family homes are very different than, townhouses. That's a lot more. And Daniel, these are 2-car garages, correct?
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, so, and Rosemary, you're right. I mean, that's eating up quite a few parking spaces along here, but the good news is that it's not every single one. Since the garage entrance for the one by 28th is off of 28th, not Canal Street. Do you all have any thoughts on just the single family homes in general in that area? I mean, I didn't even realize it was big enough to put something like this on there, but clearly it is, because we've got renderings for it. But you couldn't tell that by looking the condition of the property as it is today.
It's Ron. I think I'll have more comments maybe after I see the drawings.
Sure thing.
And at this, sorry, go ahead. At this point, do we know what the projected price is going to be on each one?
We estimate, as you know, we are in the inflation, period. So construction costs keep going up. So as the real estate value, but we estimate probably at least 700,000 for each single family house.
Thank you.
So Cheryl, you put a question in here. Sorry, Rosemary, hold on one second. When would the project start if everything is approved? It's still, so I can answer for the city portion of it. Once we get the zoning request, if it's approved here, and I support it, then it would go to the zoning committee for consideration. It still would have to pass the zoning committee for the zoning change to occur so that you could build single family homes on that parcel of land. Now, Mark, I'm assuming because there's a driveway here for each of these homes, you're going to have to go before ZBA to get a special use or variance to have the access from the sidewalk. Is that right?
Alderman, I don't think that's been determined yet. We do not have alley access. If we had alley access, you're correct. You've got to go to the zoning board to get approval to have a driveway. If you have an alley.
Oh, okay. See, you just taught me something new that I didn't know.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But if you don't have alley access, the only way you'd be able to access your parking is through a driveway.
Got it. Okay. So I think from a zoning change perspective, that's still probably 3 or 4 months before soup to nuts, they would even be able to consider breaking any ground. And then that's for Daniel to speak to on the rest. Sam, to your question, Daniel, will you please send to me some other projects that you've worked on? The question is, can you speak to any other projects that you've worked on that they can look at? I'm happy to share that information with everybody, but we do have another call starting at 6:30. So what I'll do is we'll post this recording. We'll email the documents to anybody that's looking for them. And then, you know, I'll have an open period for any further comments. And then we'll go from there, and I'll share with everybody what we're going to do in terms of moving forward with supporting the zoning change request or not. Okay,
Thank you,
Sure.
Alderman. We
Okay,
appreciate, we
thank you.
appreciate this.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a great evening.
Kathy, did you get everything for the email addresses?
Yes, I did.
You've got all of the email addresses noted?
So all the ones that they put in there, let me double check. Yes,
Okay. Great, then I'm going to, because we're on a different link for the next meeting, right?
correct.
All
Mhm.
right,